This tech brief video applies to CANopen Magic Professional and CANopen Magic Ultimate, and we'll show you how for these programs you can import symbols from EDS files, electronic datasheets. CANopen Magic already has the data for default configuration. So we see in the running trace here, there are some default PDOs in here. And if I stop this, we can also see that there are occasional accesses to SDOs. There's one. So there's the index and the subindex, but there's no symbol name associated with any of these. So what do we need to do to make CANopen Magic aware of the symbols? Well, let me switch this to fixed mode so that we see the nodes here. So we are connected to a network with the node IDs 4, 5, 6, and 16. And we need to get started using network edit network description. So here in network description, we have all the definitions that and symbol names that CANopen Magic can use. And let's start with the nodes. So we'll add node number 4, 5, 6, and 16. There we go. We'll give them a name. We'll just call them IO1, IO2, IO3, and just to have here something different, maybe IOX. You can see as we generated these symbols, they already show up here in the trace. We can also see here the heartbeats, the name starts showing up. But now we can also associate electronic data sheets with these nodes, because in electronic data sheets is where all the data used by a node is defined. So here we have all the same generic I/O devices with digital and analog I/O, and we need to go next to network process data. So here we can define all the signals. So signals are a group of bits in a CAN message that make up an integer or a byte that is used to display a specific value, digital inputs or whatsoever. Now we can add these all manually, or now that we have all the EDS files, we can use this button here to automatically add using electronic datasheet. And with one click, all of the known definitions from the electronic datasheet are extracted. And unfortunately, some of these tend to be fairly long because the standard defined these long names. That's not always practical, but we can go in here and say, we'll call, just as an example, make these a little smaller. And now if we go back to our trace window, we can immediately see the things we just edited. Here's the analog values, here's the shortened one, and let me just double check. Did I wasn't updated yet and refreshed. So here are the analog inputs coming from node number IO1. These symbols can also be used when accessing data through SDOs. So if we just hit on read from node and select, let's say, node X, and we select the object dictionary entry to use, then all these symbol names now also show up here. So the standardized device profile defined ones, or even manufacturer specific objects are available, and we can read, write those with CANopen Magic. That summarizes how CANopen Magic can get quick access to symbols from electronic datasheets.